The Yonkers Public Schools Network for School Improvement, also known as the YPS NSI, met for the first time on Saturday, November 23rd, 2018, at the 2018 Fall Convening. The YPS NSI is a group of middle school educators and leaders across Yonkers who are using continuous improvement processes to work to get better math outcomes for Black, Latinx, and low-income Yonkers students. These processes include developing a problem statement, seeing the system via a root cause analysis, co-constructing a theory of improvement, and enacting plan, do, study, act cycles to test out the theory in their schools. This video will explain how the members of the YPS NSI worked through the first two steps of their continuous improvement process. Those steps are defining the problem statement and seeing the system via a root cause analysis. A root cause analysis is a structured team process that allows a group to identify the underlying factors or causes of a problem. On the day of the convening, the YPS NSI began by exploring the network's problem statement. Across Yonkers Public Schools, Black, Latinx, and low-income students receive a C or lower in their 6th, 7th, and 8th grade math classes at disproportionately high rates. This inequitable disparity negatively impacts students' readiness for upper-level math and ultimately their college readiness. The convening was the first opportunity that network participants had to process the problem statement and consider the mission of the network. In order to understand the range and the significance of this problem, participants examined data from a range of perspectives and sources. They looked at data regarding Yonkers students' performance on state tests. They looked at data broken out by subgroups. They looked at the overall demographics of the Yonkers public school system, and they looked at research from the field. This data was posted around the convening location on large posters. Participants circled the room and used Post-it notes to document what they noticed and wondered about the data. They also considered how this data helped them better connect with and understand the problem statement. Participants then watched a video introducing the concept of a fishbone diagram as a tool for conducting a root cause analysis. Once participants had a clear sense of how to create a fishbone diagram, they broke into 4 groups to construct fishbone diagrams of their own. They began the process by brainstorming potential contributing factors to the problem, then grouped their individual contributing factors into categories. They then used the fishbone quality criteria checklist to ensure that each of the fishbone diagrams focused on contributing factors, not solutions, included perspectives of all stakeholders, for example, students, families, community members, included factors that reflect people, structures, systems, and policies, and included all elements of the instructional core, which is comprised of interactions between teachers, students, and content. To make sure teams were normed around a common definition of equitable math instruction, they then read the National Council of Teachers of Mathematics position statement on access and equity and used it as a lens to review and revise their diagrams. Finally, participants considered which root causes were most important to them and most relevant to addressing the problem statement. To do this, they assessed their own fishbone diagrams and used colored stickers to identify something beyond their locus of control, using a red sticker, something they would like to learn more about, using a yellow sticker, and finally, the most urgent factor to address together, identified with a green sticker. At the end of this exercise, each of the 4 groups had created their own complete fishbone diagram, which we integrated into one diagram that could be accurately used to represent the entire network. The final network fishbone diagram served as the foundational document for our first 2 cohort meetings as a network. After a whole group discussion, each cohort voted on a category to focus on for this project. Cohort A selected instruction and teacher moves. while cohort B selected supports for teachers. After the convening, 94% of participants either strongly agreed or agreed that they were invested in addressing the network problem. As one teacher wrote, "We are all in this together. We can only solve these problems by working together to implement and analyze possible solutions."